We continue with the cutting of 40 quilt covers, but before that, I want to give you some information about the fabrics. The width of these fabrics is 2 meters 40 centimeters, and when opened like this, it becomes 4 layers. Like this. I had mentioned this before. Since they are used for babies, we make sure they are 100% cotton. Yes. Now from these fabrics, I will create 17 by 17 centimeter pieces now, and I will show you step by step how we create this. While cutting, I place the green fabric and my patterned fabric on top of each other. I cut them that way. To be practical, I created a template like this. I am giving you this template in the size I made for myself. 66 centimeters, so its dimensions are 17 by 66. Now, I place this right at the edge of our fabric. From here, I will cut my second piece in the same way. I draw. When you cut out 6 slices like this, you will have a quilt measuring 120 by 150 centimeters. Now we continue with the cutting. In this way, I have a knife, a scissor in the shape of a cylinder. It cuts very well, really. When we stack several layers on top of each other, it can chop them up instantly, so to speak. We have scissors for sale. Friends who are interested can visit our page. I am now starting the cutting process. I had said that under normal circumstances, 6 pieces are sufficient, but since I have cut it before, as you can see, I will only cut 2 pieces to show you. I am splitting 4 pieces in half in a long manner, and I place them on top of each other in such a way. Pay special attention to ensure that these fold lines align with each other. Please ensure the fabric fold lines. Are like this. We had a square measurement of 17 by 17 centimeters, as I showed before. Now we place this on our strip and divide it into pieces. Yes, after slicing it this way, we just continue with our cutting. I definitely recommend this pair of scissors to friends considering working on orders. It's a very practical and useful product. Subtitles MK. Yes, we divided it into pieces like this. We have cut our quilt into pieces of 17 x 17 centimeter. Now, there is also a backing for this. The backing, or the bottom layer, will be 14 by 14 centimeters, and I will now share its cutting with you. Yes, in this way, we were able to make this cut in seconds, otherwise it would have taken much longer with scissors. Now, for the bottom backing, I usually use white color, or you can use leftover pieces from your own fabric. If I don't have leftover pieces, I use white. Take our white piece and cut it just like we did the 17 by 17 earlier. We cut it. I immediately take my pattern. The pattern for this is like this. I am giving it to you right away. (66 by 14 centimeter, 66 by 14 centimeter. This is its size. I place it again on top of my fabric, which is 4 layers. As I said, our fabrics are always 240 meters and 4 layers. I immediately place it on my fabric. I very quickly make my drawing. We said that 6 centimeters is enough from our piece that is 17 by 17 on top. However, 12 rows, 12 strips might only be sufficient because we use white under all the green and patterned pieces of our fabric pieces. I cut this immediately as well. Since I have already cut the other pieces before, I have now cut 5 slices of fabric. And now I will separate the pieces. Just like we worked on the patterned fabric earlier, I open the middle again. And I place them on top of each other. As I said, let the fold lines follow each other. Make sure they align perfectly on top of each other. In our fabric, there is a template measuring 14 by 14 centimeters. Starting from the beginning, I draw and I cut this immediately as well. We made our 14 by 14 pieces like this. 14 by 14 pieces. Friends. But we forgot one. We can cut this another time, because if we had placed it on top, it would have been more practical. Let's not bother for just one now. I usually make the lining of our quilt from a solid color. It's entirely up to preference. You can also make it from any color you like. I would like to give the measurement for this as well. The measurement for this is 1 meter 20 centimeters by 1 meter 55 centimeters. I had already marked it like this. I will cut it. When I divide the fabric I currently have in half, it gives me 2 quilt pieces. I usually work that way because I work on orders. I constantly receive orders in the same colors. Therefore, I can use my fabric more economically. After centering this fabric, friends, this is the length of our fabric. Here, there is a strip on our fabric. When cut from this length, our fabric will lie flat. From the width, now it goes straight like this. But by that, the width is already here. We cut the length here. The width is here. When we snap it from here, our fabric goes crooked. Do not snap the fabric from the width. You can snap it from the length, it goes straight. Now I have cut this into 2 pieces as quilt linings. We have 2 rows of 14 patterned pieces, each cut to 17 by 17 centimeters. In plain pieces, direction doesn't matter, but since our work is a craft, we prefer all patterned fabrics to face the same direction. Subscribe. For this, the patterns of one row should have the right side open, while the adjacent row should have the patterns with the left side open. Now, while sewing on the machine, I will try to show you this practically. We have a piece that is 14x 14 centimeters and another that is 17x 17 centimeters. We immediately place the 17x 17 centimeters piece on top of our 14 centimeter piece. And we start sewing from the edge of our machine, right, next to the presser foot. And the direction of our patterns is facing to the right. So 7 of our pieces need to face to the right. As I mentioned earlier, to ensure they all face the same direction, 7 of our pieces will face to the right. I am starting my sewing. 14 centimeters. I aligned our 17 centimeter piece with the edge of the 14 centimeter piece and a bulge formed here. I immediately fold this bulge and start my sewing. While sewing these pieces, one side needs to remain open. So we will sew 3 sides. Only I center it perfectly and fold it. As I said, the direction of our patterns is facing to the right. For one row, 7 patterned pieces are sufficient. Subtitles MK. Now, a row of patterned. We have completed the sewing. I will show you this while placing it. All our figures are facing downwards. And the right sides are open, not sewn. We completed one row in this way. Now, let's move on to the next row. In that row, our objects will face to the left. So therefore, when we start, we will make our object is facing to the left. Subtitle. Subtitle MK. Please subscribe. Now, yes, absolutely, without a doubt. There is no need for you to be concerned or anxious about the situation at hand, as everything is under control and will be resolved in due time. I also sewed the pieces of my second side. I'm cutting it right away. I'm stacking them to confirm. You can understand this way whether I sewed it wrong or right, the correctness of the mistake. Now yes, our left side will be open and our object will be facing downwards, like this. If we place them side by side like this, one's right tatouine is open, one's left side is open. This will be our row on the right side, and this will be our row on the left side. Now we will combine these with our solid colors. Now for the 2 rows needed for our patchwork quilt, we are starting now to sew 14 pieces of solid colored fabric. This video features subtitles created by MK, providing a clear and concise reading experience for all viewers. The subtitles for this video were meticulously crafted by MK, ensuring that every word is accurately represented and synchronized with the spoken dialogue, providing viewers with a seamless and engaging experience. Forcefully. With great determination and unwavering strength, they acted forcefully, ensuring their actions were both decisive and impactful. Subscribe now.